So now let's talk about mirror, move and copy sketch tools. So we'll start with this mirror entities, and here it will just create mirrored copy. So when you select the tool, you will get these two boxes in the mirror option. Select the first one and now select the entire object which you want to mirror. In this case, I want to make a mirror image from this. Now select the second box, the selection box here, and then click on the object which you want to use as mirroring line. And there we have it. We have the mirrored copy. Now we just want to keep a copy of this. We want to make a mirrored copy. We don't want to delete the original object. And for that, I'll keep this copy option checked. With that, I'll click OK. And here we are. We have the mirrored copy. So if you change this main object, the mirrored copy will change, and the vice versa of this is also true. Let's do it again. So I'll press Ctrl Z a couple of times to get back to the original drawing, and I'll go to mirror entities. I'll select it all, and in this case I'll uncheck this copy option, and now I'll click on this mirror about, and maybe I'll select this inclined line, and now we'll have mirrored image about this inclined line. Also, since I unchecked the copy option, now the original object will be deleted and only a copy will be made. So I'll click OK, and there we have it. So I'll press Ctrl Z to get back to this. Now you can use the existing lines on the same geometry as well for mirroring lines. So I'll go to mirror entities, I'll select it all, and in the last example I'll first select this copy, and then I'll click on mirror about, and I'll select the same geometry, one of the lines of the geometry, maybe this one, and it will make the mirror image like this. You can even select this line, or any other line of this drawing, and that's the mirror image and its exact mirror replica. So let's press Ctrl Z again. Now let's see what move entities is, and that's right here. So this will let you move your object from one point to another. So again, the first option is select the entities. So I'll select it all, and then in the parameters we have two options, from to and X, Y. Let's explore the first option, which is from to, and also here I will make sure that keep relation is unchecked. So with these settings, I'll click on this box, and now I'll click on the first option that's here. So this will be the base point from where we can start moving our object, and then you specify the final point where you want to move it. Maybe this one, or maybe even this one. So it just depends on you where you want to move it. So as you can see, I have check mark right next to my cursor on the right click. So I just need to right click in order to finalize the location. So I'll just click here and I'll press enter to finalize the location. But you won't need it every time. In most of the situations, you just need to click and the object will move on the final location. And if for some reason your object is still moving with your cursor, just press enter key. Now I'll press Ctrl Z to get back to this original drawing, and again I'll repeat this. So press escape and go to move entities. Again I'll select it all, but this time I will select this keep relations checked. Now again from and to is selected, and I'll go to starting point. Alright, let's select this as the starting point, and now I'll move it. But as you can see, even if I'm moving it, it is still keeping the relation. So all the other things in this drawing are moving. Everything is moving except for this horizontal line, which maintains its relation of being an horizontal line. So even if I move it here, and I'll now press enter to accept this location, well, this is what we'll have. The entire geometry moved, but not this line, because this was already horizontally inclined with this. So they were all collinear, and it will remain as such. And that happened because of, let me show you with check mark. So I'll press Ctrl Z a couple of times and move entities, and that just happened because of this keep relation option. And why is that happening? Let me show you. I'll press escape and look at this line and this, they are constrained to remain exactly along the same line. So even if I move this drawing anywhere, it will move, but not along this line. So this will always remain inclined to this line. All right, let's see the second option here. So I'll go to move entities, I'll select it all, and now keep relations, maybe I'll uncheck this. Now I'll select X and Y option, and here you can add the coordinate values. So you can add a coordinate value up to which you just want to move it, and in this case adding a coordinate value will just move it by that factor. So in this case I've added a delta X and delta Y value, which means this delta X will be the distance from any point on this geometry to its corresponding point. So that will be the difference between the coordinates of these two. So the distance here in this case will be 20 along X from this point to this, and 10 along Y from this point to this height. So this is 10, this is 20. And if you measure, it will be the same distance for all the other points. So this will be 20, this height will be 10. This will be 20, this height will be 10, and so on. Now once you are satisfied with the final location, you can click OK, and the object will move to exact point that you have specified, like this. So that's how you can move your object using the coordinates. Now finally, let's talk about the copy entities tool. So for that, I'll use Ctrl Z a couple of times, and again I'll go to this option and I'll select copy entities. Now copy entities is exactly like move entity, but the difference in this case will be instead of moving the original object, it will just create a copy. So all the options are exactly same. Select the object first. When it is selected, keep this thing unchecked, and then I'll select from and to. I'll click on this box, I'll select the from point, and I want to move here. That's it. Maybe we can make several other copies. And once you are satisfied, you can click on this green check mark to make the copies. So that's the only difference. You will get several copies instead of moving the original object. And the second option of delta X and Y is exactly the same. So I'll press Ctrl Z a couple of times. I'll go to this copy entities. I'll select it all. So here we go, X and Y, and there it is. That's the final copy which we'll end up with. And that's how you can mirror, move, or copy your sketch objects.